Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to our Monday edition video, as today we're going to be talking about Convoy. This is the second iteration that Wargaming has had in World of Warships for Convoy. They've changed a few things up. The primary objectives, I would say, remain, whether you are the escorting team or the attacking team. But we're going to revisit this because I know some of you are newer to World of Warships. Maybe you haven't played Convoys before and you're kind of wondering how is it best to go about playing this game mode. So I have two videos for you today. This first one is going to be a more shorter clip. The next one will be a longer clip. You are able to take tier 8 through tier 10 for Convoy. If you have a tier 10 and it's at least a good decent ship, I'd recommend probably just take the tier 10 because normally you get a larger health pool, and the ships are a little bit more overpowered compared to the tier 8s if you're just comparing them. Here I'm in the tier 10 steel ship, the Bourgogne, as we are going to finish off this St. Louis, who decided to just rush in the beginning. As we also have a Yugamo out here on the flank with these two spreads of 4. What I want to talk about is more of the game tactics, not so much the gameplay. Two Brothers, and the map we are on, is actually my favorite map for this game mode. Because of not having to worry about the crossfires per se coming across the map, and I can really just focus on each route the transports take. So in comparison to the previous Convoy iteration, this current Convoy has either 1, 2, or 3, usually it's 2 or 3 routes for the convoys to take. And so here we are on the defending team, and the goal is to defend the transports. Now on Convoy, I mean, it's going to vary map to map. Like if you're the escorting team and you're on Tears of the Desert, like, I'm sorry, you're probably just going to lose. I've played that map multiple times on the attacking team and on the defending team, and I've never been able to win while escorting the transports. Where Two Brothers, I think, is much better. Typically, what happens here on Two Brothers is the Route 1 being the opposite flank. The transports are just really out in the open, and they tend to get focused down and die rather quickly. The Route 2, where the transports come down the mid-channel, it's kind of dicey, could go either way. But then actually the golden route on Two Brothers is this Route 3. It's the flank that I'm on because the transports take a while to reach here. As you can see, their route on the mini map. And so basically the approach here, is this example, is in order to defend the transports that are going to come down on this Route 3, my goal is to wipe out the whole enemy team from this flank. So you're going to see how we're going to be able to do that, as we're also divisioned up here with Sergeant Murder and the Brindisi following behind. But we have that Yugamo out on that 9-10 line, and so conscious of torpedoes may be coming my way, I decide, you know what, it's actually best if we kite out away from this back enemy spawn, and we can set up some really good broadside salvos here possibly, as we have this Kearsarge caught out here, as I'm just checking to make sure my rear turret will clear the island when I take the shot. The main objective you need to understand, whether you are on the escorting team or you're on the attacking team, the main goal is transports. It's not farming damage. It's not about necessarily killing the enemy ships, enemy players. It's about the transports. If you're escorting, your goal is to defend the transports. You can't defend transports if you're sailing behind them. I've seen enough players in the player base doing this, where they just sail back behind and the transports just get focused down, as this broadside Moskva is about to have a bad day. Yeah. You can't defend transports from the rear, from behind them. You have to defend transports leading the way, being in front. And that's kind of what we're doing here on this flank. We're just mopping the flank up, as we have a really good DD division with us on this flank as well. And then we're just causing havoc now in the mid spawn. So now we're able to sweep around. We're able to try to help protect our transports that are coming down route, the Route 2, through the channel, okay? So you have to protect the transports. If you're a smoke destroyer, maybe you want to drop some smoke for them. If you know, I was playing, tested out Linen, and I just was in front of the transports on my routes where I was just going to tank the damage. I was going to pull the attention off of them, and that worked out well. Okay, so you have to defend transports. You can't just be ignoring the transports, which is your goal. That's the objective, right? So you have to defend transports. And then, but also the other thing that goes with the transports is you can secure these routes, okay? That's something that you can work towards. Like here we have plenty of time. Our transports are still up on the the B line. So we have the time to be able to push in and mop up the enemy team. We're protecting our transports by wiping out the enemy flank. Because we're able to do that. Our team has been successfully working this flank, and the enemy didn't have a lot of presence on this flank, which allowed us to do this. So now I'm going for this Yoshino. I'm going for the kill shot on him because he has a very vulnerable broadside. Then we'll deal with the Atlantico next as our reload booster is about to come up, and we're going to start punishing his side here. And my team's doing a really good job helping out. The next clip I have for you that's going to happen here shortly is going to be about being on the attacking team, and it's also going to be on Two Brothers. Now, I should have already cut my throttle here. I forgot about the Yoshino Torps, and I probably could have survived if I would have cut the throttle sooner and turned in, but I was just typing away in chat. Wanted my 200k damage. But this worked out really well, and because we caused so much havoc when we circled around, this is the only time I've ever played Two Brothers, and I've seen this happen, is our transport coming down Route 1 is going to win. Like, he's going to survive. And that, to me, is crazy, because I've never seen a transport able to make that run alive, because usually they're always dead. And our teammates, you can see we have two further out in front of the transports. There's two hugging behind the transports, okay? So it's like, think of the, battle formation of a fleet, like an American naval fleet. The aircraft carrier is in the middle. Treat the transports as if they're the aircraft carrier player, and then they surround them with the battleships, the cruisers, destroyers, subs, all that. So you want to be able to securely protect the transports, and then I'll show you the post-battle results here just so you can see what that looked like. But I see so many players struggling with Convoy. It happened the last iteration several updates ago. It's happening again. A lot of players are just not focusing on protecting the transports. They're playing for themselves. They're playing for damage, and when you have to protect the escorts, it's like you have to play as a team. You have to protect the AI bots. And it's nice that even the transports having the guns on them, because I've seen several attackers get killed. I've been actually killed once by the transport guns because I was in a Delny on low health and was trying to get the win at the end of the match. Here we're on Two Brothers, and here I'm going to illustrate focusing on transports when the time comes. I've kind of spawned the mid-right here, so I'm just going to play this position behind the island here. I will be able to see transports that come down the mid-channel, and I'll be able to see them come down on the flank here on the Route 3. Okay, so basically I'm attacking the transports now. It's just reverse of where I was in Bourgogne. Now I'm in Des Moines on the attacking team. Okay, and this is actually going to be a close battle. It's not going to be... It's not going to be a raw full stomp, if you will, okay? So with Des Moines, you want to hug islands. You want to be able to utilize it well. Try to stay dark in positioning. If you're able to show enough side to get your third turret off, that's fantastic. I have the legendary module upgrade on the Des Moines in the 6th slot, the enhanced propulsion, which helps me to be able to accelerate and reverse when I get the feeling I'm showing too much. The shell velocity at range with the Des Moines, it takes a little bit of time for the shells to travel there. So here I'm just comfortable firing HE, which for now you can see we're dark and firing on this hipper. And then there's like that smoke coming up there next to the hipper as well. So we're trying to just retain most of our health for later when the transports are going to be able to make it down on this flank. So we're going to see how things go and starting off here. When you're on the attacking team, I haven't seen this be a huge struggle, per se, as compared to the first iteration Convoy for the attacking team. But if you're on the attacking team, again, killing the transports is the goal. That is who you want to be focusing on. That is who you want to kill, because as soon as you kill transports, game's over, you win. I was playing, can't remember the name of the map, but there were only like 3 or 4 of us alive on the attacking team, and we killed all the transports. Enemy team still had 9 ships alive, and we were just 3 or 4 and were able to win. And that's just a defending team not actually properly defending the transports, okay? So even though you think, oh, it's 3-1, we're the defending team, we've got this. No, if you're not protecting the transports, it's not going to happen. So the attacking team, really, all you have to do is focus on the transports when they do become visible, okay? So they're going to be first visible on the 1-2 line. And one of the things you're going to notice is if we look at the minimap on being the attacking team is we can see the routes the transports are going to take. Wargaming did this the first iteration of Convoy, and for some reason they thought it was still a good idea to do it for the second iteration of Convoy. Don't ask me why. I think that's a very dumb idea for me, as the attacking teams know the exact route that the transports are going to take. I mean, it's not even like, let's say, oh, they have 4 or 5 points of a trajectory laid out. It's like, no, I can see the lines. I mean, even when you're looking at the Bravo line, when you're seeing the transports, they're not sailing a straight line. They're kind of doing this like wave back and forth motion. So if you're a good destroyer player with torpedoes and like, oh, I see that the destroyer is going, or the transports are going to make a turn on the, well, let's look at this. The transports on the Route 1 that are coming down the 1-2 line. Oh, I see they're making a turn to go more towards the east. Well, then let me adjust my torpedo aiming accordingly, right? I think that's the biggest mistake Wargaming has made with the Convoy mode thus far, is for the enemy team, the attacking team, to know the route the transports are taking, okay? Because then you just know how to set up, prepare, so on and so forth. So I don't know if Wargaming just doesn't think the player base is capable enough to be able to take out the transports on their own, or what. Now, at the beginning of this clip, I did say that this was going to be a close match, and you're like, but Flimsy, 5 of your attacking ships are already dead, and there's only 1, now 2, because I just opened my mouth, dead on the enemy team. Yeah, just hang in there. You'll see how things go here as we keep going forward. Now, on being in this position, there is no need for me to sweat, worry about, when our transport's going to come. I think here I'm typing to my team, once they've killed the transport ships on Route 1, like, to please come assist me, because I am the only one on this flank. I'm only one in a central position to even catch transports coming down the mid, which looks like there's going to be a rune escorting them. So as soon as they finish that transport, they can just ignore the enemy team, if you will, on that flank, and they can just angle away and come assist with the Route 2 and Route 3 here. So we're just going to take our time. We're going to keep sitting here. There's no need to get antsy and wondering, are they going to come? No, they will be coming. I'm waiting for my radar, which is going to be up in 25, as a precautionary, because I'm very conscious of the Montana. I don't want to be caught off guard here, okay? So now I call for assistance from my team, as Sergeant Murder has killed the Liberty ship. If you play... Oh, and then the Benson decides to charge in. If you play the Italian cruisers, the sap just wrecks the transports, okay? So just know that that's really good. Even like a Sherman and sitting in the smoke, farming the transports down as they push in, it's fantastic. It's really good stuff, okay? So here I don't even have to use my radar, because the Benson just yellowed in. And of course here comes the HE, and that looks like a Smolensk to me, so I immediately switch to my armor piercing. We catch the Smolensk broadside, and we should be able to get a decent damage salvo on here. Is accelerating. Yeah, no citadels there. I was kind of surprised at that. Maybe now some citadels? Yeah, so 1 citadel, okay. And so we're going to reverse back. we have the rune who's going to be visible here shortly. I'm going to keep using the AP for now on this Smolensk, because it will do decent damage to him, and it'll be harder for him to heal that back. So we're going to set secondaries on the rune. I'm going to make sure that I'm angling, so you can see I'm using the rudder, getting in a better position here, so that we can take on the rune as he's coming down here. Okay, and I've also got this Bismarck coming over now to help me, which is fantastic and really good stuff. So the radar has gone down. We go ahead and pop Hydro. Rune's probably going to try to dump his torpedoes here. He's close enough that I'm just going to keep my AP going. I'm not worried about using HE. And here he makes his turn to get his torpedoes off. What else would he be showing so much broadside for? So we're going to be able to punish him accordingly. Also, having Hydroacoustic up ensures that my Bismarck will be hopefully able to dodge those torps. Bismarck does get Hydro, but knowing he could be on cooldown as an example, so I go ahead and have it running, so it helps him out as well. So now we're going to push back up. One of the big challenges here is going to be this Sovietsky Soyuz. It's a tier 9 Russian battleship, and he can kind of just sit and face tank over here. And it's going to be much harder for me in a Des Moines to be able to effectively deal with him, because the Russian battleships are pretty resistant to high explosive shells. So in my mind, I'm thinking here, okay, maybe we can make the trade here, okay? Now the transports that are coming down, there's the Route 2 now, down the center of the channel. I'm not really worried about them. I've got my team there. They can focus on taking out the transports, because they're sure as heck not going to get past me. And for some reason, my team doesn't manage to take them out. I am more concerned about trying to help my teammates out, that we can get rid of this Hipper, the Smolensk over here. Because if we get the Smolensk and Hipper knocked out, then that means I can just push up around the corner. We can go ahead and set our secondaries on focusing the transports, as we're going to get some secondary ribbons here, because might as well make sure that the secondary guns are doing something here. So we've got a heal pumping. Our hydroacoustic search is down, but this is our hydroacoustic search is about to end. We're going to be able to have our radar back up here shortly to help as well. So here I decide, trying to be mindful, see what the ships are doing, see what the Sovietsky Soyuz is doing. The transports, I think, are the reason why I'm lit. It could be that the top of my ship is revealed to the Smolensk back there, but I think it's because of the transport ships. Yeah, it instantly go dark as soon as he dies. So I feel like I lost a little more health here than I wanted to, because I want to have as much health as possible when the time comes to push the Sovietsky Soyuz. So now Route 3, you can see that our radar has now picked up both the transport ships coming down, pinging the map to just tell my team, hey, like kind of saying like, this is the goal, this is the focus, that's who we need to take out. But it's the Sovietsky Soyuz is still going to be such a problem for us to deal with here. And you can see the enemy team isn't really even pushing down from the 2-3 line on the opposite flank. They're still taking their time to be able to respond, and they really should be pushing in and putting the pinch on us much sooner than what they are now. So here, just biding my time, I'm waiting to get the heal off. Debating, okay, the Sovietsky Soyuz just fired. So I'm trying to time out when he's going to be shooting. We're going to wait a little bit longer here. We'll have hydro back up in 20 seconds. And this Hipper really needs to go down, because it will make it much easier for me if the Hipper goes down when I push out to try to ram the Sovietsky Soyuz and try to focus on those transports coming around the corner. Okay, so time's getting close here as I'm waiting for the Sovietsky Soyuz to take the shot. As soon as he takes the shot, I'm going to accelerate. There he goes. So now we're going to accelerate. I'm trying to see if I can get some HE shells over the island on him. Hipper's leaving. I need to make sure that I have the time that I can turn around here and angle, as the island's just high enough where our shells are slapping and hitting it. We want to make sure that we aim high enough over the front turrets, because the front turrets will just shatter our HEs. You can see those non-penetration hits we're getting there. Probably need to aim just a little bit higher there even as well. And there's a transport ships. What's the focus? What's the goal of the attacking team? It's to kill the transports, okay? And this Svetsky Soyuz makes a huge mistake as he just goes for killing Sergeant in the Brindisi. And that allows me to live longer. And now I'm just going to focus the transports because the Svetsky Soyuz has allowed this to happen. And we are still taking a lot of damage from the Hipper and Smolensk. But the Des Moines can really pump out a lot of damage in these close quarters situations here. I go ahead and pop the radar just before I die, just to help give my team some little more information before I go down. So we weren't able to ram the Svetsky Soyuz, but we did effectively kill one of the 2 transports and we severely damaged the other, bringing him underneath half health. So now it's just 2 teammates left, and I'm trying to encourage them that just focus the transports. That's all that matters, because the transports, their last remaining one, doesn't have much of a distance between him and the rendezvous point, if you will, okay? It's not going to take very much for him to get around there. So both of them are in the smoke. They can't see anything. Again, I'm trying to encourage my team. Focus transports, that's the goal. And the North Carolina, hats off to him, is holding his shot for the transport here, and he takes the salvo and deletes. So that is a win there, okay? So that is Convoy right now, and 2 showcases of being attacking, defending team. Again, Two Brothers, I think, is a really good map for this. Tears of the Desert is a terrible map for the escorting team. It's just basically you log in, it just feels like an automatic loss. Honestly, I've not been able to win being on the escorting team. Try as hard as I might, it's not happened yet. It's just pain. But we're going to top the team with over 2,100 base experience. And here, only 2 ships left, 2 versus 6. 2, 4, 6. So half the enemy team is still alive, but they weren't really defending the transports there at the end. Those other ships on the opposite flank weren't really, they didn't push in and squeeze us like they should have, okay? This is a detailed report. You can see over 1.2 million potential damage. We received over 71,000 damage, and we caused a good amount of damage even there at the end. So just really good stuff, and then this is what it looks like with having premium account. So I really hope that this video helped, maybe for those of you who are newer to Convoy, newer to World of Warships, for playing tier 8 through tier 10 ships. You have to be mindful, of course, with your positioning. Positioning is always important in World of Warships and how you set up, because you can just set up really bad and just instantly get deleted, and that's no fun. I will make a side note that I don't really take any combat signals. The only combat signal I take is the ram flag. I don't take Charlie combat signal. I don't do any of the others that I normally would for ranked randoms, clan battles, just because it's almost like a throwaway game mode, because the game can end, like multiple games I've had, end within 5, 6, 7 minutes, okay? Where your team just gets raffle stomped, and there's nothing you can do about it, or your team's not protecting the transports well enough, even though you're trying and you just die because you're trying to actually do the objective, which I think contributes to players not wanting to actually defend transports or be in front. What that happens and their team's not supporting, that type of thing. So that is my approach when I'm playing Convoy. I'll just take the ram flag. If I'm playing a secondary battleship, I'll take the ram flag and the combat signal that extends your secondary range a little bit more. But other than that, that's all I take. But Convoy is a good, if you're trying to get a feel for maybe a tier 8, 9, or 10 ship that's new to you, it is a good place to get more of a feel for those ships, just because it's not like it contributes to your stats per se, like if you're worried about your personal rating, your win rate, that type of thing. So these different game modes that pop up from time to time, like Arms Race, when that's its own game mode, Grand Battles, Convoy, there's a few other ones that you can try to take advantage of those battle modes to get the feel of a ship a bit more. So if you appreciated today's video, make sure to give a thumbs up. If you didn't, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate it. As today, as I'm recording this on Sunday, we actually hit 1,000 subscribers. So really, or 1,000, 900 subscribers, as we are on our goal on the road and journey to reach 1,000 subscribers, in which we'll have a giveaway. So I really appreciate it. It's really cool. So thanks for that. So until next time, take care.